Track Reviews.
Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, Internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a little bit of a track review. My thoughts on a brand new song, specifically from this Future record, I Never Liked You. So yes, new Future LP out now for all to listen to and enjoy. Future Hendrix, he is back, going to be reviewing this one very soon, but there's a track off of this one that caught my eye because I had in fact heard it before. We've all, I assume, have heard it before because the track here, Keep It Burnin', was originally meant to be a Dawn to 2 track. Now, I suppose its inclusion or its usage on another project or its attachment to another artist is not really a surprise because City of Gods was also kind of included in the Dawn to 2 package, and that's also very much like an Alicia Keys and especially a 5EO4 track. But again, the original version in that Dawn to 2 context had a pretty prominent Talking Heads sample of Burning Down the House, so I'm mostly checking it out here, just kind of give a bit of a night and day comparison and see if it's all that different or if it's even better than the original version, because if you guys remember, I did a review for Dawn to 2 on the main channel, and I had my share of issues with it. But with that being said, let me give a quick shout out to our sponsor, good people over at The Ridge, still making these awesome, nifty, fantastic, sleek, minimalist, metal-plated wallets that fit nicely in that front pocket. Use that link down below, promo code MELON, 10% off that order. Keep It Burnin', featuring Kanye West. Let's go. Okay, you know what? Maybe not all will agree, but while I do have a few reservations with this track, I think it's an improvement. I mean, especially if we're just kind of taking into account that, like, Kanye's verses are finished now. He's not just weirdly mumbling his way through the track, and neither is Future. I mean, as far as, like, lyrics go, they were both incredibly focused from the beginning to the end of the song. Yeah, was Future's second verse a little bit weaker in terms of like flow and delivery than his first? Yes. There were still, some mentions of a rough past there that I think brought some substance to the table, though. My biggest issue with this final version of the song was, you had the removal of that Talking Head sample, which, I mean, granted, in the, more demo quality version, in the Dawn to 2 version, it was still a rough application. Like, it was not a perfect incorporation of that bit, but I think it made for a really cool, like, little, vocal refrain and hook. And it would have been awesome to hear it kind of incorporated here, but in a much more smooth way, to where it didn't feel like it was kind of sticking out like a sore thumb. And now that's kind of not here, and what we have instead is this repetition of City on Fire, and that's kind of replacing the hook. And frankly, that alone is a weak chorus. It's a very weak chorus, and it is because the verses, there's so many lines, and especially like Future's cracked inflections that are way catchier than the hook itself. I think this track really could have used a special standout hook that contrasts from everything else here, but it's just kind of lacking that one sort of it factor structurally. I like the way the production has been kind of tweaked a little bit on this one. The sparkling atmosphere that was there in the original version is so much louder and brighter and more intense. There's a shininess to it that I prefer in this version. Kanye's opening verse sounds completely unhinged. I love his performance. I love his delivery. Some of the aggressive bass hits in this recording here were nice as well. May have also been the case in the original, but if it was, I didn't really notice it. It must not have stuck out to me, and it really stood out to me in this version for some reason. But yeah, I mean, look, I think a lot of the magic of this Future, record version of the song comes down to just Future and Kanye giving more solid performances. They just gave more solid performances. It sounds complete. It sounds done. Most likely when I go through this Future record, this is going to be one of the stronger tracks here. I haven't heard the entire thing yet. If that does not end up being the case, of course, I will eat my words, but I will say, like, I am kind of, even if it is missing a few conceptual elements that I thought were kind of cool originally, I do kind of prefer this version to the Dawn to 2 version. That's my opinion. Those are my thoughts. You're the best. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Did you love this track? Did you hate it? Why? What do you think I should review next? And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Anthony Fantano, Future, I Never Liked You. Forever.